Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade, and today we're going to be taking a look at a consolidation kind of breakout, but at the same time it's also a channel breakout retest. Looks really nice to the downside. Let me get my stop in place here. Let's go above here. We're looking at 3 contracts. Stop is at 35.6. First target, we're entered in short here, 3 contracts at 34.3. Looking for the first target down at 32.3, just back down to those lows. And the next target after that, really we don't have anything else underneath us. So we kind of have to make do with what the market has given us so far. So I'll be looking for kind of a measured move down here from this high. That puts us down here at 1229.4 or so. So obviously we don't want to put it right on that level. We'll go just ahead of it, and we'll put the final target down there at 29.7. So if we do get these filled, looking at that first target down there at 20 ticks, second target a little bit farther down at 46. So we're sitting on a pretty solid area here for a trade. If we get them both filled, we're looking at a total of 86 ticks on the trade. And again, that second one is kind of variable. The way that it's setting up is kind of iffy, but this morning gold has been just kind of sideways, and you can see it chopping around, and there's probably even a couple little ranges in here, maybe a couple tiered range, and it crashed outside of that. And when it came back in, it had this big spike up here and then fell right back off again. It looked like it may be starting to flag out, but the flag never triggered, and then it just failed. So if you were aggressive, you could have sold back here somewhere. But the way that it's setting up now, we've actually come back. If you connect these lows through here, nice and easy to see that. And price did bounce there a couple times through there, which kind of confirmed it. But we've just come back and tapped that level again, and now we're turning off of that. So it gives us a lot of confirmation that the sellers still want this, and they're going to be controlling this area. Now this is also a retest of kind of that previous swing back there, so it's a lot of things all in one area, and even that you can see that's bounced several times there too. So really nice kind of confluence of different areas support or resistance, along with a potential channel break retest. So it looks really nice there, and you could even say, this may be setting up a possible channel to the downside. That doesn't necessarily look that bad either. It may even be wider way out here, something like that. But right now we really don't have a ton to work off of until we get a little more information. Right now we're just looking for a breakout retest so we can sell it back down to those lows. So the first target coming off 32.3, take 2 contracts off there at 20 ticks, so it'll give us 40. And then the runner at just a measured move of that initial leg right there down to 29.7 for 46. So we'll give it a little bit of time, see if we can drop down here and start filling some targets. All right, we're back. I just wanted to do a quick little update here. This almost looks like it's setting up a flag to the downside. So we've got another reason to be liking the short. The short for the flag would be triggering just underneath this previous swing at 33.1. This is the first close outside of this area, so if you got on now at 33.3, that's also an option. But this gives us a little more information to look for. So now that we know that we're setting up a potential flag, now we can measure this flag up and give us our final target a little bit farther down. And actually, it comes pretty much right in line. Maybe going down 1 extra tick just to keep it to where we kind of like having that offset. But that gives us 1 extra tick at 47. Not a huge change, but it's added information now that we know that we've got even more confidence to the downside now that we're kind of flagging out here. So that flag out that we're seeing, looking to the downside, it moved our target just 1 tick down to 1229.6. And they're all getting triggered in now. That previous little swing low down here, let me move that. That swing low at 33.2, that's where all the flag sellers are going to come in, and they're coming in pretty heavy here. So getting some nice selling pressure continuing. We've got our first target taken out. Let me get my stop. We'll move that to break even. Now, I almost don't necessarily want to go to break even right now. I'll go above this swing here, 34.7. And the reason behind it is with a flag, when you break out, you typically come back, revisit the flag, and then drop. And with the risk, I mean, we can get our stop above this tiny little swing at 34.6, and wow, and it doesn't really put us off by that much. I mean, if it comes back, we lose 4 ticks, so it's not a huge deal there. So I'm willing to give it 4 ticks of room to give us room to continue lower and start falling down, and we're seeing a really big block of selling pressure coming in. Lots of folks getting out on that flag. Beautiful flag pattern set up. And that's kind of why, it's always nice to get another setup, but then on top of that setup, you get kind of a confirming setup in the one that you already thought was going to happen. You get this little kind of flag that is breaking down right now. So beautiful little area. Just need to see it continue lower. They would have easily filled that halfway of the flag, and we can add that on there too. If we pop this open, just my little measuring tool here, delete the 50 there. So that first target on the halfway point's at 32.5. So at 32.5, that's where they're going to be taking profit off, which is where we got off too. So that part's fine there. Now everyone who is trading this flag with this big drop lower, their stops are going to be to break even as well. I'll leave that little bit of buffer. Again, it's only 4 ticks, so I'm not super concerned about it. But if we do start going lower, we shouldn't see prices close back above this 32.5. So we are gunning for these next lows at 29.4. And if this does turn out to be an extended flag with the volume that we're seeing right now, we could even see it go all the way down to 1223.3 for a pretty decent runner. Now, I've only got 3 contracts, so I don't have enough to left on the table to really add on and look for a bigger position like that, but definitely a possibility. So hopefully I won't have to pause it very long with this volume that we're seeing here, but we'll be back in a little bit. See if we can get that 29.6 filled. Just a slight adjustment there, 47 ticks now instead of 46. So we'll be back in a little bit. All right, we're pushing. Oh, wow. What a quick little pop there. We were pushing into the lows. It was making me a little bit nervous because we were kind of catching a little bit of a double bottom there. You can't really see it anymore, but they were bottoming out right here, and they were having a hard time on that spiking candle. Usually when that happens, they may try to trap in and then go back up. So I was getting ready to kind of move my stop, and it got us filled. So not a problem there. Beautiful kind of combination pattern. We've got a channel break retest as well as a flag pattern all setting up in the same place. So just a gorgeous little setup there. 87 ticks on the trade with that slight adjustment down there for that flag move, but outside of that, $870. So if you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com, and as always, we'll catch you next time.